Welcome back to The Real Story. My name's Daniel Hapnie. I'm here with Jason Howard. And Jason and I were discussing, what's Jason doing here? What am I doing here? Why are we here, Jason?
I'm here to support liberty in New Hampshire. I want to be around like-minded freedom people. You know, live free or die is a great motto. It's a great place to be in New Hampshire. So I thought I'd come check out the event, be around, other liberty lovers, see the information, hear the speakers, enjoy the day.
What a great day to be here in New Hampshire. And once again, what a motto, live free or die. Because you got your choice. You can either live on your knees, right, and maybe lick the boots of people, or you can stand on your legs and say no and resist. And my viewers, or any of the people that at some point watch this, they're going to have to make that decision. Do they want to be bootlickers, or do they want to be free people? Do they know what the true cost of liberty is?
True, it's a good question. I mean, the other question is, I wonder how many people actually don't realize that they're enslaved.
I'm with you. The people here that... I missed that one. I'm ready for the next one, though. I'm ready for the next one. But you're right. How many people here are employed into where they're willing to exchange, when I say exchange, give up or have taken from them, 10% of their labor, 20% of their labor, 30% of their labor. At what point? At 35%? At 40, do they start realizing that they're not free? I mean, if I can own 50% of his labor, is he a free man?
I'd say not.
Exactly. And that's what we as citizens and stuff have forgotten. That we are the sovereigns. That's right, a good word to look up. Now the word usury, but I won't go into too much deep stuff, but once again, I'm here with Jason. I'm here at a Live Free or Die rally in the wonderful state of New Hampshire, in the town of Jaffrey.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the town of Jaffrey. Hey, I hear you might have a group that gets together down in Dover on occasions.
Yeah, I'm associated with a couple groups, Northern New England 9/11 Truth, which you can see on meetup.com. We're pretty much located around, the greater Seacoast area, as well as a little bit into up north. But yeah, we come from all around. We do bring speakers into the area. We do truth actions. Sometimes, just spontaneous, but we go out, we hit the streets. We'll bullhorn local towns. You can see us on YouTube, bullhorning downtown Portsmouth, downtown Durham, about 9/11 Truth, handing out DVDs, just trying to wake the people up.
Excellent. So once again, you as a person, just as a man, you don't buy the guy in a cave thing?
No, not at all. I got some major questions about what actually happened on that day, and so far, I mean, they have not been successfully answered by anybody in the government. I mean, how does a guy in a cave make the world's greatest air defense stand down?
Exactly. I mean, he just pressed the button. Hey, NORAD, hi guys. And let's just stand down. I mean, excuse me, a little bit of Japanese. I didn't mean to, the Japanese don't deserve that much hassle. But I don't know how to speak Arabic. But if I did know how to speak Arabic, yeah, can I just call NORAD and go, oh, by the way, why don't you guys go do something else?
And the other thing is, I mean, the government would like to give us this idea, which people love to buy into, because people love to say, oh, well, the government's so inept, they can't do anything right. Of course, we still buy into the system, give it government, and validate it. The real problem is, but if this was just a monumental failing, if this was just a level of incompetence, how come nobody was fired?
Exactly, that's interesting, because nobody was. Matter of fact, they were probably promoted.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, I mean, we got George Tenet, head of the CIA. He was given the medal of freedom, for Christ's sake.
You got George Bush reelected.
Exactly.
I mean, he's a guy on watch.
In fact, every single person in key positions that had a position of responsibility that day was either derelict or not doing their duty, and every single person was promoted.
And it's funny, all the people who said, hey, you know what, there's stuff here to watch, like we had FBI agents who said, hey, 72 times I told my superiors there's BS going on. Excuse me. They didn't get promoted, did they?
No.
Whistleblowers, people that, who come out with the truth, not the media-controlled truth that my, viewers probably used to watching when they switch from this channel and go to another channel, but the, the massive mainstream manipulated media, that's a lot of M's.
Absolutely.
Those people, that stuff, gee, you ask yourself, well, they've been lied to by that media, and they've been lied to, constantly lied to. If I was them, I'd believe us just out of the gates. Why? Because, are you sick of being lied to, folks? I have to keep on asking that to my viewers. At some point they're going to ask themselves, am I told the truth when I put on Channel 4, NBC, ABC, CBS,
Yep.
CBS? That actually makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
If you can see BS, you're on the right channel.
It totally makes sense. I mean, my question is, at what point are people in this country going to wake up and take back their country and their government? I mean, here we have the same media that sold the lie of weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, has led to the slaughter of over 4,000 American soldiers. I mean, estimates of maybe 1 million Iraqis. My friends, this is a war crime. I mean, we're talking about, we are committing acts in the name of America now, that the same thing the Nazis did. Exactly. The Nazis were an aggressive nation that, you know, preemptively and also used false flag events,
exactly, like
coincidentally, to invade other countries. Here we are now using the same tactics as a Nazi. I mean, I believe it was Eisenhower once that said that the idea of preventative war was created by Hitler, and I would never entertain a fool that entertained an idea. But now this is doctrine in the United States of America. Where have we gone as a country where now we don't believe in just war or defending ourselves? We now believe in invading sovereign nations, regardless how good they are or not, but I mean invading them just purely because they potentially could be a threat at some point, which could potentially be anybody. So essentially we say we can invade and create aggressive acts against anyone. And you know what, folks, if you don't believe if you don't think they care about any life, they don't. They don't care about you, they don't care about them.
Do you think that's why they passed laws that allow them to torture my viewers' children?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, there's even notes now from, I'm sure you well know, memos from the Department of Justice that say President Bush has the authority to sexually mutilate children.
John Yoo? Was that the guy who wrote that
memo?
Exactly,
John Yoo. Famous memo. Think about what a sick society we are, where now that's common. Hitler, of course, tortured plenty of people, but he didn't admit it to the populace. He didn't talk about it now. And here we are now in America talking openly about our own government committing torture and war crimes.
Well, not just that, the big, the documentary movie of the year of last year for the Academy Award, that's right, give me the little Oscar, okay, was what? Taxi Cab to the Dark Side.
Yep.
Which did what? It documented Americans torturing people to death. So that's the society that we want. And if these people who view this think that we're just going to torture them and they're not going to come and torture you, then you haven't met many torturers, have you?
And the other thing is that shows intuitive media censorship. Because when Michael Moore won the Academy Award for his director, that made it on air. Taxi for the Dark Side didn't even make it on the air, so nobody in America that watched the Academy Awards was even aware of that nomination. When Michael Moore wins a nomination, it makes mainstream news. When this documentary that for a shit shirt is showing, the real truth that's going on, they don't show that, and I apologize for.
That's okay, but that is once again the mainstream manipulated media. It's like the 3M company took over. You know.
Absolutely.
The other thing, as far as what you were saying, what can those people in the lens or whatever do to help their fellow people? You said, gee, you do street actions, okay? You get filmed from behind. What can you do to help, once again, what can people do to help inform others?
First off, stop watching the television and stop believing anything you see on it, because it's lies, it's manipulation, it's brain control. Start doing your own research, asking your own questions, and start talking to people around you. It's time this country started engaging in a dialogue about the future of our country, where we want to go, and is this country really representing the ideals of our founders? And I think ultimately it starts with each individual to make a moral choice of whether they're going to accept slavery or whether they're going to work for freedom. Because this isn't even just about us, this is about our children and our grandchildren. We had forefathers that were courageous enough to stand up and fight for generations past. And if we don't stand up and draw a line in the sand right now, there will not be freedom in the USA. And my friends, just as Ronald Reagan said, if freedom dies here, freedom dies for the world. This is where the last stand is going to take place.
Yeah! Good work, Jason.